So I was supposed to Small Hands and Ellen Gray for Deep Blush 5 days ago, but I was like, oh no, I think I need to cancel because my period's coming. My period waited till the day after to come.
Whatever, just stuff a sponge in there and get to work.
So you say that.
I do.
But that is how I got hella infections. When I was working a lot, when I was working through rain or shine, I got infections from that.
Ugh.
Like it was not worth it. You know, we're not getting paid enough to risk our bodies that way. We don't get downtime.
You don't say.
You know? And I think that's a big problem in this industry.
There's a lot of problems in this industry on that
front.
But
from a health perspective, from like you need at least 2 weeks to rest. We're not afforded that.
No, agreed. And also part of the problem is some people mismanage their money to the point where they can't take 2 weeks off.
Precisely.
Yeah. There are no residuals.
It's a big shoot that won't be rebooked.
Or they have an agent breathing down their neck. Like, yo, you have to do this. I've heard.
You don't have to do anything.
Well, I agree, but how many people don't know anything better?
It's more so, you know, when I was at that breaking point of holy shit, my health is on the brink of collapse. Like I was really like when I was like I need to stop. It was bad. I was like one needle in the haystack. One more needle in my haystack. I would have like the floor would have fallen through. Like, oh whoa, who knew hay was so heavy? But like I know that's not how the phrase works. But anyway.
Wasn't gonna call you on it.
My body, you know, like they were saying, my agent was saying, maybe you're not meant for porn. And it's like, while I mentally can handle it, I have the capacity to handle the job. You know, I don't mind. I totally like love seeing a script and I'm like, oh God, okay, I'm playing this character today. Like, let's do it. I don't mind it at all. I love acting. But it's like my body, you know, like when you are exposed to so much bacteria, your body can't handle that shit. Especially when everyone else is being forced to work for money because they can't afford to live out here because it's so damn expensive. People are going to go to work when they're sick.
Right. And in the post-pandemic world, that shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen, but people are going to still go to work anyway because they still need the money because times are tough.
Well, yeah, we live in one of the most expensive places in the world.
So of course people are going to work when they're sick. Oh, it's just allergies. Oh, it's
just razor burn.
It's just yup.
Oh, we've talked about, you know, the industry doesn't test for herpes on here multiple times. So like I've pulled back that curtain years ago.
Herpes, like, so herpes is one of those things. It's like, so when I like left, I went back to my hometown for a year to help my mom out. And I like met this dude. He was super tall. He was Russian, or no, he was Kazakhstanian, my bad. Anyway, homeboy, he hadn't had sex in a long time. And I was like, wait, let's just have the STD talk. So I was like, yeah, like everyone in porn has herpes. And he's like, wait, really? I'm like, yeah, like pretty much everyone has herpes. And he's like, wait, other people have herpes? It's not just me? I'm like, yeah, honey, like it's not something to kill yourself over. Like a lot of people are dealing with this.
Oh, it's just marketing from the pharmaceutical companies that make it a problem.
Yeah.
Like I've been led to believe, I was not alive in the 70s, but pre-70s, I was led to believe that herpes was not a big deal until pharmaceutical companies wanted to market a cure or treatment for it. And that's when the stigma really happened with herpes.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And
I know that.
I've been told by multiple people I did not experience this because I didn't get laid in Finland, but I've been told, like, in Nordic countries, like, people just, herpes is still not a big deal there. So, like, no one's going to, like, disclose if they have herpes or not when you go to hook up. God, I want to hook up in Finland. That just didn't happen.
So this guy, he had considered suicide
because of herpes.
because he had herpes. And I'm like, baby, do you not know that like all these people in the world got herpes? If you've had chicken pox, you have
A strain, yeah.
a strain of the virus. You know, like the only reason there's not a cure is because they make so much money off of Valtrex.
Oh, yeah.
And Vasaclover, like, or whatever the fuck it is. Like, if we want to go into it, you know, like, and then, man, when I found out that almost everyone in the industry has it, my mind was blown.
Well, a quick Google search also says, overview, herpes infections are very common. 50 to 80% of American adults have oral herpes.
50 to 80?
Yeah.
Of Americans?
Yep.
Holy shit.
And then genital herpes affects 1 out of every 6 people in the US, ages 14 to 49.
Damn. We need to remove the stigma. 100%.
Well, yeah, it's definitely ain't worth killing yourself over.
No. And I know a lot of people that feel like they should just kill themselves because they're tainted. This like purity culture is so damaging for people and their psyches.
Oh, it's all horrible marketing. Like, in hindsight, in hindsight. I had a former friend of mine back from Chicago. She was in a relationship with another friend of mine, and she gave him herpes.
She gave him herpes?
Yeah, she didn't tell him because she was afraid. She loved him. He flipped out. He did not handle it well.
Of course. I mean, it's devastating when you first get it.
Right. But it was like, at the time, I completely had his back on how bad he flipped out about it. And like, for a while, ended my friendship with that person. Because I'm like, this is a dude you love and you didn't even tell him, like, how can I assist you in my life as a friend? How can I trust you if the person you love you can't even be open with? And then in retrospect, like, add almost 15 years, it's just like, oh, she was afraid because of the social stigma. She's afraid of losing the dude she loved. And it really isn't that big a deal. And like, if she had been in a place where she could have had a conversation with him, he probably still would have been in the relationship. He probably still would have been fine. And it's all because of the social stigma with it. Because I talked to her years after the fact, and she's like, yeah, the next dude I hooked up with, I was just upfront with, and then he went, all right, cool, and went to town anyways.
Most dudes don't give a fuck. It's important, though, to take your medications if you are experiencing symptoms.
Right, and not...
to abstain from any activity if you are having an active breakout.
At the end of the day... American culture, just like, if 80% of people have oral herpes, how the fuck are people still like, oh, you have a scarlet letter?
We all do.
And the 20% that aren't are probably just prudes.
And like, what trophy do you win? What trophy at the end of the day do you win for being pure?
The I didn't get off trophy.